You ever get that feeling, that creepy feeling, that your phone knows you a little too well? Yeah. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that invisible deal you make every single time you pick up your phone. It's the silent bargain, right? Your convenience for your data. So, let's get into it.
Just imagine this for a second. It's 2026. Your life is basically on autopilot. It's this perfect symphony of convenience. But, underneath all that shiny tech, there's this little nagging question. Who else is listening in?
I mean, think about it. Your thermostat already knows when you're about to wake up, so it warms the room for you. The fitness tracker on your wrist feels you stirring, and boom, it tells the coffee machine to get going. You get to the kitchen, and your smart fridge has already whipped up a grocery list. Then your phone dings. Your delivery is here. It is the absolute peak of convenience, a life just perfectly sculpted around you. But, and this is the big but, it's all built on one thing: your personal data.
So let's be real. Why do we let these devices into our lives in the first place? What is it about this tech that's so alluring we're literally wiring up every corner of our homes?
Well, for starters, let's just talk about the sheer scale of this. By 2025, the smart home market had ballooned to over $100 billion. This is not some niche thing for tech geeks anymore. It's a massive global movement. We are all in on this. So what's the big pull? Honestly, it pretty much boils down to three main things. At the very top, you've got security, that feeling of being safe. But right on its heels are just, quality of life and saving a little money on bills. And the stats back this up. A whopping 77% of people say these gadgets genuinely make their lives better.
And we're not talking about some vague, abstract ideas here. We're talking about real, cold, hard cash saved on energy bills, the peace of mind you get from checking on your home from anywhere, and these AI wearables that can be actual lifesavers, especially when it comes to helping older family members live independently.
And this is pretty much the vibe you see online, right? People see all this convenience as a form of power. This user on X totally nails it. The dream is to have all the awesome perks without, selling your soul or your data. Convenience without the catch. But the big question is that even really possible?
And that question leads us right into the shadow side of all this. Because for every bit of convenience, there's a hidden cost, a price we're paying in the currency of our own private lives. Okay, this right here really breaks down that trade-off perfectly. What you see is a helpful voice assistant. What they get are your voice recordings and your entire contact list. You see a smart thermostat that saves you money. They see the exact pattern of when you leave your house and when you come back. You see a cool fitness tracker. They get your heart rate, your sleep habits, your most intimate health info. It's this massive gap between the feature you use and the data they're collecting in the background.
And just how much data are we talking about? Get this, a typical voice assistant can hoover up about 28 different, unique data points about you. And it's not just your voice, it's your location, your friends, your daily habits. It's more than enough to build a scarily accurate profile of who you are. A profile they can use to sell you stuff, or in some cases, that profile is the product they're selling.
And people are starting to ask this very question online. The whole conversation is shifting. It's not just about how cool the tech is anymore. It's about seriously questioning the price of entry. Where do we finally draw the line?
Because, let's be clear, this isn't just about getting some creepy targeted ads. All of that data that's been collected about you, it's all just sitting there in some giant database, making it a huge, juicy target. And when that data gets out, well, that's when things can get truly terrifying.
In 2025 alone, data breaches hit 278 million people. Just let that number sink in for a minute. 278 million in a single year. The scale of this problem is just staggering. And just look at where it's happening. It's not just your favorite social media app. We're talking about massive, devastating breaches in healthcare, in telecom, even in schools. Your most sensitive medical info, your kids' school records, all of it is just sitting there, totally vulnerable. And then you have the next evolution of this threat, deepfakes. I mean, just look at this timeline. In the span of 2 years, we went from a few early incidents to a 900% explosion. The technology is getting so good, so incredibly fast, that experts are saying by 2026, it's going to be nearly impossible to tell what's real from what's fake.
This user on X really puts it bluntly. We've officially entered the era of trust absolutely nothing you see online era. And this isn't some distant sci-fi problem anymore, it is happening right now. The very concept of truth online is basically crumbling right in front of us.
Okay, I know, that was all pretty heavy. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is people are waking up to this reality, and there are actual concrete steps we can all take to start taking back some of that control.
So here are 4 things you can do, like right now. First up, know your rights. More and more states and countries are actually passing laws to protect you. Second, go check your settings. Seriously, dig into the privacy settings on your apps and devices. You can often control way more than you think. Third, and this is a big one, demand transparency. Get behind rules that force companies to be upfront about what they're doing with your data. And finally, vote with your wallet. Choose products from companies that bake in privacy from the start, that privacy by design approach. It just means your security isn't an afterthought, it's the default.
And that's really the ultimate goal here, right? Like this person says, we shouldn't have to sacrifice our privacy. It is totally possible to have amazing technology without giving up that fundamental right. And the demand for that better balance, it's getting louder and louder every day.
Which brings us right back to where we started, to that silent bargain that we are all a part of.
See, on one side of the scale, you've got these incredible tangible benefits, a more efficient life, real savings, better safety for our loved ones. But on the other side, you've got these really severe and growing risks, these giant data breaches, and a world where you can't even trust your own eyes and ears.
So we're going to leave you with this question. Every single time you ask your smart speaker for the weather or let your phone tag a photo, you're making this trade. Convenience in exchange for your data. After everything we've just talked about, is that bargain really worth it?